The Broke Otaku podcast is brought to you by Obama Flakes, America's favorite left-leaning breakfast cereal. Make America black again. Oh, wait, that's wrong. Make America snack again. Yeah, that's right.
BROKE, it's a podcast on TV, Broke Otaku. That was the best.
BROKEOTAKU.
Jesus Christ.
Are we to the end of the letters yet? BROKEOTAKUTHEPODCAST. ONTHEINTERNET.
All right, I'm starting this thing.
Well, start it.
Okay, I'm trying. Welcome to the Broke Otaku podcast. I'm your host, AJ. With me is Marcus. And Alan.
Marcus just died. Now I'm sad.
And it's time for the game, guys.
It's the
Not the Game Guys podcast. That's a different
I
podcast.
have something to say first. Hold on.
Okay.
Game Guys.
What?
I'm going to talk like this now because after listening to my voice for like 2 months now, I decided I hate it. Now I'm going to talk like this.
Please don't. If anyone needs to change their voice, it's me because I'm
This
too
is better.
drab and boring.
Look, we all hate our voices. We don't need to pontificate. That's not the right word. We don't need to explain.
Yeah, no, you can pontificate. Go ahead.
I sound like an idiot. That's basically how I hate my voice. That's it.
Guys.
It's
What?
We all
an
sound
idiot.
stupid.
Okay, I'll take that.
We should not be podcasters, but here we are.
Fuck you. You sound stupid.
You sound dumb, stupid.
All right.
Alan,
Good
did you
shit.
introduce yourself yet? Oh, yeah, you said I
He
died
did.
and you were sad. Game, we're playing a game. Hey,
He's
everybody.
pontificated.
Hey, everybody, shut up. This is the game. It's called, I don't know what it's called. Someone's going to call it the Guess These Lyrics game.
It's called Sing Your Way to the Top of the Food
It's
Chain.
called Anime Idol with Katy Perry.
That's a really good name.
That's not a good name because it's not a competition that way. Only one person is singing, not multiple people.
Well, okay. It's called what's the one on TV now where they dress up like chickens?
What?
Yeah. You haven't seen that?
No?
There's a show where they dress
Split.
up in ridiculous costumes and they sing and they try to figure out who's singing or
the
something
masked,
like that.
the Masked Singer. Is that what that is?
Yeah, they're just like chickens and robots and turkeys and bears.
Yeah, it
It's
makes
like-
me sad that that's a thing. But
It's like furries too. I think there's some furry stuff in
let's do something just as weird.
It's a singing game. That's what we're calling it. Anyway.
there. Can you explain the rules, Marcus? Because I didn't read it. I don't remember.
Yes, I'm going to explain the rules. So what we're going to do is I, your host, and whatever the F else,
Fearless
and
leader is what I wanted you to say.
I'm gonna sing
Thanks
an-
for delivering.
excerpt from a Japanese pop song used in an anime opening. And I'm going to do it in Japanese. So what you guys have to do, much like the, hey, what is this? Is it an anime? Blah, 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 where you guess what the story is. Well, you're going to guess what the song lyrics are for these excerpts.
Do we need to guess the name of the song, or are you going to give us the name of the song?
I'll give you the name after, just so you don't have too many clues.
Okay.
But yeah, it's not a name that anime tune thing. I'm not going to make you name the songs because you guys won't win that.
Fair.
Do we understand?
I am in understanding.
All right. So here goes the first one. Forgive my singing voice, everybody. I was not in chorus or choir. Zaunkoku na tenshi ni yono ni shonin yoshinwa ni nare.
That was fucking beautiful.
That's pretty good. I gotta say, that's pretty
Did
good.
you? Okay. A, it's very clear that you practiced.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. I love these songs. I only pick songs
yeah.
I like.
B, your diction was incredible.
Yay!
And your passion caused me to be slightly aroused in a very heterosexual way.
You got a chubby. I'm telling your wife you're gay now.
Oh man. Something about calling it a chubby is so much more disgusting than like any like cock or wang that you could say.
Because a chubby's like the perfect word to describe it half hard. So
It's because like chubby is more of like a cute word. Like you call babies chubby. You don't call
And it's
dicks
also
chubby.
like, well, it's also like more evocative. Like wang is just like, yeah, it's the,
it's the
penis or
thing
whatever.
down there.
A chubby is like, it says so much more than it should.
Yeah, you know exactly like how it moves and what it looks like.
No, I don't know how it moves. Don't
Slightly
say that.
gelatinous.
Ugh. I'm gonna go.
It jiggles when you walk. All right.
What's happening?
All right,
So I know the song, obviously.
who's going
Evangelion.
first?
What the hell was
Woo.
that? What was that chubby song about?
I'm gonna go first.
You go first. I need a minute.
Oh shit. Somebody knows the translation.
Oh, of course
And
they do.
They're just shaking their heads like, "Oh, this is so easy, man."
Of course they do. Yeah, this is like one of the most iconic openings of all time.
Do you have the actual translation?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. I'm gonna go with "Singing to Your Heart." Friendship brings the sky to you.
All right. Okay. Not a bad guess. Sing it to your heart. Friendship brings the sky to you.
I'm not gonna sing it because I don't think that'll fit into the
Well,
the tune.
You can't, the translations don't really work for that. But if you do a good job, that might get you points. I'll just say that.
I'm not worried about points. I'm just gonna win.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Here's what I got. When I cry, my dreams become like paintings on the wind.
When I cry, my dreams become like paintings on the wind.
Yep.
All right. And AJ, yours was like something about the sky.
Man, I don't remember what it was.
You got to remember it, dude, because I'm not
I
going to remember
forgot
it either.
already. I know
Right.
mine. You gotta know yours.
I don't go rewind and listen to it again.
You said it'll bring my friend. The sky will bring friendship
the
to me.
sky
or
will
something?
bring my friends will bring the sky to me or something like that.
Okay.
I
That
don't
Sounds
remember.
right.
I'll remember the next one.
All right, you're both like they're really good, but they're really off, and you're never
Duh.
you're never gonna get close. I think I'm just gonna give it to AJ because I like how simple yours is. But the real lyrics are like a cruel angel, young boy, become the legend.
Okay.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, I forgot to talk about being a hero, which is essential to any anime.
And the song is, you guessed it, listeners, A Cruel Angel's Thesis, the opening to Neon Genesis Evangelion by Yoko Takahashi.
Woo!
Super, super legendary opening song. It's great. All right, on to the next one.
Onward to destiny.
All right,
What you don't realize is you've disgraced us both. Because neither one of us knew it.
yeah.
I knew the song, I just didn't know the lyrics.
So,
Oh, yeah, I totally knew the song too. Whatever.
so much for being otaku.
Yeah, well, that's just a moniker.
That's just a thing we call ourselves.
I'm just trying to
Words-
connect with the crowd.
Words have no meaning.
All right, so this one's going to be a little interesting because there's plenty of English in this one. So what you'll need to do is connect the dots to, what the Japanese in between means.
The inflection of your voice, like, basically said wink, wink, nudge, nudge, or air quotes.
Yeah, I think I did more of a nudge than the air quotes. But here it goes. Here we go. To sink or swim, iki no kari tame ni dog eat dog will tadai kikase what went wrong. What went wrong? Survival of the fittest, jaku niku kyoshoku. If it's the world that our wisdom will lead, will tell me what went wrong. what went wrong. There you go.
Okay. Who's going first? Alan this time?
I'll
go
say
first.
Alan
I'll go
goes first
first.
this time.
Okay, so it was to sink or swim. The shark has never heard this question. What's the next English part?
Dog eat dog world.
Dog eat dog world, but cats do not pay attention. And that rhymed. I want you to know.
I
the
noted
shark
it.
has never had this question or whatever.
I noted it.
The cat no longer pays attention.
I noted it.
What else do I got? What's the next English?
What went wrong?
What went wrong? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
AJ, you
What
remember
about
that,
after
so you get some points. You get some
Yay.
points.
All right. Well, it's my turn. He can't get points on my turn.
Well, I mean, it's my game. I'm
What
making it up as I go.
What'd they say after what went wrong? Because I know they said that twice, and it's obvious.
Survival of the fittest?
God, AJ gets a
already
little more,
said that.
a little more credo. Yeah, he's,
What is there? Is there Japanese between what went wrong and survival
no,
of the fittest?
there isn't.
Okay.
Oh, right. Okay. Survival of the fittest. Become the apex predator.
Okay.
And then what else? Come on, just feed it to me.
Let's see.
Spoon it into my mouth.
Oh, nope. The rest is English. You don't know any of it?
It's something
No.
with the world. It's the world. What went wrong again? I don't remember. I couldn't really.
Yeah.
I lost track at that point.
If it's the world that our wisdom will lead.
And then what went wrong?
Yeah.
If it's the world that
All right. Fine. That's my turn.
our wisdom will lead.
Sharks, no question.
Yeah.
Cats don't pay attention.
Yeah.
Become the apex predator.
Okay. Got it.
Next
AJ?
song.
No, AJ
Okay.
has to go. It's not just Alan's guessing.
All right.
He
Here we
already
go.
got points.
To sink or swim, it takes a lot of muscles. Dog eat dog world when it comes in a can. What went wrong? What went wrong? Survival of the fittest. Don't let your grandparents get a boot. If it's the world that our wisdom will lead, what went wrong? What went wrong?
Did you write it down as I was singing it?
Yes.
I
I had to.
didn't say you couldn't.
I should do that, but I won't.
Oh, this is
Well, because you told me I had to remember my last one, so I'm like, I'm just gonna write it down. 'cause
yeah, that's
ain't no way.
not a bad idea.
All right, just tell me I won that round.
I like yours, so you won that round.
What is it?
That was pretty good.
The actual
closer?
The actual words. I mean, you were kind of closer because you like a couple of things. So to sink or swim, we just gotta survive in this dog eat dog world where we live, but we ask what went wrong.
Mine's better.
Survival of the fittest only means surviving fate. If it's the world, actually, what? Okay, the English is different than what the Japanese is saying. It says, face a world that our wisdom will only tell me what went wrong. So who knows what that actually is, but that's not the part that I was judging points on, so it doesn't matter.
So they translated the English to different English?
Yes, essentially that's what they did. These translations are all courtesy of animelyrics.com, which I've been going to that site for years. So any complaints, send it over to them.
That's animelyrics.com. ANIMELY.
Complaints at
RICKS.
animelyrics.com is the email.
NOG.
Disclaimer though, I love that site. Anyways, the song was Mukanjo from Vinland Saga, the first opening by Survive Said the Prophet.
I should know that, but can I confess something?
You skip the openings too, don't you?
I skip the openings.
You're a piece of shit.
I skip them.
How dare you? Openings are life.
You've made me, yeah, honestly, Marcus,
And I skip the end credits.
you commented
you.
in the chat
Fight
that one
me.
time.
I did comment that in the chat one time.
Yeah, and you were like, you said something like people who skip the openings are trash or whatever, and I questioned myself. I was like, I skip the openings sometimes. Am I not living up to my full potential?
Yeah, here's the thing. Not all openings, as we know, are created equal. So I get skipping them sometimes. Sometimes I'll skip them. But like the ones that are universally great, you don't skip those. Like if you skip Mob season 2 opening ever, you're just not as much of a human. You're just not. I mean,
after how many episodes are there? Like 12?
It doesn't matter how many episodes there are.
Here's the thing. Every time I watch anime, it's a fight against my body to stay awake. So if there's any repetition that occurs, I have to skip it. Otherwise, my body shuts down.
Survival of the fittest, our fate will not ignore our wisdom.
I give you extra points for like remembering choice words.
Yes.
And combining them.
I love the no rules approach. Make your own rules. Get your own. You create your own points.
Those are my favorite games. Anyway, third song. Here we go.
Is this the final song?
Tiebreaker.
Yeah, it could be. I have more ready if not. If the or in the event that there is a tie, I have more ready.
Oh, that's right. We're just getting points for whatever. So who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
What are our current totals? Can we know?
No.
All right.
It's qualitative, not quantitative.
That no was actually in sync.
Yeah, it was.
Unlike our secret syncing mechanism. That
Sing the song.
We shall not disclose.
Sing the song. I'm gonna sing it. Hold on. Here we go. 例えば俺が俺じゃないとしてお前はお前だといけるのか There.
That's all you, AJ.
Oh. Take what you want from my pockets. It is not actually mine, but given to me by the gods.
Okay. Take what you want from my pockets, but it's not actually mine. Something about giving them back to the gods.
Take what you want from my pockets. It's not actually mine. It was given to me by the gods.
Okay.
All right.
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Sit back. Sit in your chair if you're not sitting.
I am sitting.
All right. Get ready. Okay. Damn it, I lost it. Hold on. Don't you be afraid. I hold your destiny. Hold on a second. Let me mull. Let me think. We are drops of water floating down the drain. That's it, man.
I'm going to say that one's a tie because I like AJ's lyrics better, but I like that you actually tried to match.
You like his lyrics better?
Yes, but I like that you matched the melody.
Did you hear me say "Hold Your Destiny"?
I heard you, but here's why I like his lyrics better. Because the real lyrics are, for example, if I am not me, could you say that you are you? The reason why I like his lyrics is because he said, what did he say? I have something, but maybe I don't. What was it?
Yeah. Take what you want from my pockets. It's not actually mine.
Yeah, I like that whole thing.
That's deeper than I remembered. All right.
Deep.
Yeah.
Fine.
It's the whole existential thing. But anyways, yeah, so moving on. I got one more song. Actually, I got two more songs, but we'll just do one more.
How long you want this podcast to be?
Forever. Oh, yeah, that song was Great Escape, the second ending to Attack on Titan by Cinema Staff. It's a really good song. You should listen to it. It's awesome.
I will.
All right. So here goes the third one. This one's fun.
Do you say the same thing 4 times?
Maybe.
I think he says 2 things twice. I think he says the same 2 things 2 times.
One of your maths is right and one of your maths is wrong.
My maths is right. My maths always.
That's going towards the points.
Damn it.
Who's going
points.
first? AJ, you go first. I pick you randomly.
I think I'll get a headache if I try to sing that.
You don't have to.
I'm just gonna say the lyrics. Make an attempt at my life. I'll cut you with my heartstrings.
That's pretty good.
And you say that 4 times.
Okay. Make an attempt on my life. I'll cut you with my... That's excellent. That's going to be hard to beat. What do you got? Alan?
What was the first word? Or like, what did you...
Manuke.
What's the... Manuke is... Okay.
Yeah, Manuke is the first word.
Manuke is an asshole. I am stronger than that asshole. I am the bravest warrior. I will swim while he sinks. Not my best, but
I'm gonna have to get that one to AJ because his maths was right and that line was great.
Man, I thought I had the maths.
No, same thing 4 times.
Wow.
Yeah. And
somewhere deep down I knew that.
The real lyrics are, let's mock that dumbass nutcase's war theory.
Come on, you said dumbass, I had asshole. I should
have
get
ass
points for
right.
that.
You know what? That went in your favor, but the maths really, that was like extra points, and then that line was too good, man. Like,
I don't believe you that you're counting any points. I don't even hear the scribbling. I hear no background noise.
I count
It's in his head.
I count the points are etched on the inside of my heart.
You got
You can't see them.
You've got both hands in
without
the air and you're like wiggling your
powers.
fingers and
Look, my fiery will manifests the tablet in the sky.
I'm not even gonna ask you what a tablet is. Just remember that the spider's web takes no prisoner.
This is one of those things that I was like, as I was saying it, I'm like, this is a word, right? And then when I finished talking, I was like, that's not a word.
Tabulation is a word.
Happens to all of us.
I think you combine tabulation with tablet.
It's so dumb. Anyway, AJ, you win the singing game.
Woo! I won. My
Damn
first.
it, how many points? Tell me how many points I had right now.
Doesn't matter. I won. I had 1 point. You had 0.
I demand my point total.
Here's how you
concerned.
can figure your points out. AJ had 5. You had 4 minus -3.
What?
But
That means I won.
But you have to put that into the equation that they use to figure out what day Easter's going to be on every year.
Oh, yeah. Then I
You're
did
done.
lose. I did lose.
So
Get those lunar calendars
it's that
out.
fucking solstice again, man.
it's all about the
Piece of
solstice.
shit.
You messed up.
All right, what the hell happens now?
We talk.
All right, stop. You're making my actual beats sound bad. Beatboxing ass.
We haven't talked much about
What?
Castlevania.
Castlevania is good. That's all there is to talk about.
I'm tempted to talk about season 1 and 2.
Do
But
it. Why
season
not?
3 comes out. Well, season
It's
3
very
comes out
okay,
Thursday.
guys. No, I'm just kidding. I like it.
I just gotta say, like,
I would slap you if you said Castlevania was very okay. Like, I would have to legit drive all the way down to Cincinnati and smack you.
I might say it just so I can see your face.
See my angry face and then my hand.
Your angry face is just your face.
Zing.
Season 2, I finally watched it.
Yes.
After sitting on it for a year.
It's like, fresh in your mind.
Like
That's not fair.
Dumb.
It's the whole the Dracula and Alucard dynamic at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So
that
good.
was amazing. Like some of the stuff in the middle, like when they're fighting against the other vampire army or whatever, I could kind of do without that.
When they're in that town you're talking about, when Carmella takes all of her troops.
Right, yeah. Like that was it was good, but it wasn't
the part where they bless the river and then
they don't bless it, they curse it.
Yeah, the opposite of bless.
Oh, I thought
no, you know
because it was they made
you're right. They do bless.
They made it holy water and then it killed all the
vamps,
all the baddies.
You're correct. Yeah, I was thinking the vampires did that for some reason, but you're right. It's been a while since
that stuff was cool. Like all that stuff was cool, but just the character dynamic between Alucard and Dracula, that's what made the show great.
It was adult shit, man. It was great. I want more of it.
It was. He's getting ready to kill him. He's like, "This is my son.
Yep.
Thing you created." It's like, damn.
Yeah.
And those voice actors are so good. Like they mumble a little too much, but they all sound really cool.
They're all really good.
I like their voices a lot. There's
big debate, is it anime?
You know what? I actually want to talk about that.
Good, let's do that. I have an argument.
Nah, man, checking out. I'm not. No.
Someone on Twitter was like, it's more like it plays more like a DC animated film, which I agree with, but I think it's better animated than that. Mm-hmm. But production wise, I would say it's more in line with a DC film.
So what would be? All right, hold on. I'm going to turn this on Alan. Why does this conversation bother you or bore you? I want to know.
No, it doesn't bother. I read up on it soon after, and it was just a bunch of people, purists being all angry about shit. No, it's a good conversation.
Well, yeah, it's filter out. I mean, with any conversation, you're gonna have people that are
filter out the
about
extremes.
I've had interesting conversations about this topic with people that are interesting and reasonable and have thought out arguments. I love it. So
well, you didn't have it on this podcast then. Zing.
We just gotta configure our tablets.
Tabulate your mind.
Here's the main argument I've heard.
Okay, yeah.
In saying something like Castlevania is not anime.
Yeah.
It was not produced in Japan or by a Japanese team.
Yeah.
Therefore, it is not anime.
So what is your personal, both of you, what are your personal definitions of what constitutes something as being an anime?
I personally think that if it takes most of its inspiration from anime, i.e. anime inspired, I think it's fair to call it an anime.
So you would call things like Castlevania an anime. You would call the new show Seis Manos an anime. Legend of Korra, Avatar: The Last Airbender.
See, Legend of Korra and Avatar get weird because
but why?
Then you've got Ben 10 and all those, because those are Nickelodeon shows. They aired on Nickelodeon.
Right, but why does that matter if it's all about the inspiration?
You're right. I mean, if somebody called it an anime, I wouldn't punch him in the face.
Mm-hmm.
I would say I might disagree in that I would say it's very anime inspired. I'm torn because there's true anime, right? That's produced in Japan, produced by Japanese people, and it's animated and it's anime. On the other hand, you've got shows like Banania and what's the cat one? Oh shit, it's on Amazon. Cheese Sweet Adventure.
I don't know either of those shows.
Those shows are very cutesy, very kid oriented. Technically, they're anime, but it would not be my first suggestion if you were going to check out and say, hey, here's the anime section. Go watch Banania and go watch Cheese Sweet Adventure.
Okay, well, let me ask you something.
Okay.
The OG Teen Titans that came out when we were in high school, do you consider that to be an anime?
I didn't watch that enough to say for sure, but I would say no. But I feel like you're gonna twist it on me.
Well, here's the thing about that. Of all of the, I haven't. Well, I can't say of all the shows you mentioned because a lot of them I haven't seen. But of most of the shows that I hear people getting debates, like giving as arguments for being anime, Teen Titans is way more anime inspired than any of those shows because they intentionally did a lot of the same animation techniques and little gags that anime does, all the way up to like including katakana in the animation and doing the exact same expressive things, like when somebody sighs, a little mushroom cloud comes out of the mouth, the wavy lines when somebody's feeling ill or sad, the like checkered pattern on the forehead when somebody's angry, the tear when somebody's embarrassed or whatnot. Like Teen Titans did all of that stuff, straight ripping off of anime 100%. So by that token, that shows more anime than like Legend of Korra, Avatar, Castlevania, all of them.
Yeah, and that's where it gets hairy. So then you would say maybe this is anime inspired, but it's not. And see, I don't really know where I fall in the camp because sometimes I'm like, yeah, this is straight up anime, obviously. And other times I'm like, this is kind of anime, but not really.
Yeah, I understand both points of view. I respect both points of view. For me, it's more of like a vibe thing, like an inspiration, a style thing. Like I would call Castlevania anime, but with some hesitation.
And then, well, I guess one argument could be, what was the original translation? Was it originally in Japanese? In which case, okay, maybe that's your strongest argument, I think. But I think there's still shows that have English natively that could be produced in Japan. I don't know of any personally. But it's one of those things. Like it's forever a debate. If you don't call Castlevania anime, fine. If you do call it anime, who the hell cares?
All of the diehards out there.
I know.
All of the trolls online.
Lots of people who are probably more likely to listen to this than other people.
What about the show Miraculous? You ever watch that?
No.
Nope.
Ladybug and Cat Noir. That's on Netflix. It's actually a French show, but it's animated, and it's a lot of people do like cosplay of that.
Yeah.
So like people are super into it.
Well, like
technically it's not anime, but
Cat Soup, that was, straight out of Japan, but or was it? I'm just assuming. I'm just talking to sound smart. And it's going really well. But
Cat Soup was
but it's not like a traditional anime style. It was bizarre and weird.
I forgot about Cat Soup.
It gets to be anime because it's from Japan. It's like there's like X number of check boxes, and if you can say yes to more than 5 of them, then you get to call it anime.
That's an interesting theory that I haven't heard before.
It's a point system,
Anime is a point system. If you can spell ANIME with the check boxes, meaning 5, then it's an anime.
What about RWBY or Ruby?
It's good. That's a really good example, actually.
I would call that anime. I haven't seen it, but like just based on like the images I've seen of it, that seems like anime to me. But I mean, is that produced in America?
100%.
Nice.
Marcus, would you call it anime?
Nope. I'm one of these purists you speak of, and I'm not an angry purist. I have low levels of irritability. I'll say that. Because for me, it's the definition of, is it a production made not necessarily in Japan, because most animation in the world is actually animated in Korea. But if it's a production that the parties responsible for making it, creating it, doing the art direction for it, writing the story, blah, blah, blah. If those people live in Japan, then it's an anime. Because if you just go by style, that means a lot of things that we call anime aren't. Monster wouldn't be an anime if that was the case. Because Monster could be a live action TV show. There's no anime tropes or barely any in that anime. And I call that anime squarely. Some of Miyazaki's stuff wouldn't be considered anime if that were the case. Even though, if I'm correct, I don't think he even considers himself anime. But he's weird. But the word anime is essentially borrowed from English to stand for animation. It was what the Japanese used when they started to animate things, being inspired by like the old Fleischer Brother cartoons and the old Disney stuff. So to me, it just seems way simpler to categorize it by country of origin. Now, I will definitely like say that certain cartoons that are produced outside of Japan are anime inspired, and I'm fine with that. But the problem is, I like anime and I'm so visually oriented. I like it so much and I'm visually oriented so much that I can look at something and I can be like, that wasn't produced in Japan. Like I could tell. Not 100% of the time, but I'll say 80% of the time. As much as I love Castlevania and I love that it takes a lot of cues from serious animation, I can tell that that's a Western production because it just doesn't have the same feel in the animation, and the level of detail isn't quite up to snuff with what they do over in the East. So I'm not going to kill anybody if they call stuff like Avatar and Legend of Korra and Teen Titans anime. I'm just never going to call them anime.
What about an American... Go ahead, Alan.
No, you go ahead.
What about an American show that's animated in Japan? Like Batman, the animated series.
That wasn't anime in Japan, was it?
According to Wikipedia, that I just looked up.
Wikipedia is never wrong.
Who was the studio that
it was out? Some of it was outsourced to Japan.
Well, like I said, like if we're going with what's outsourced, that means everything's a Korean cartoon. Because Korea animates like 90% of everything. Like the best animation you've seen and the worst animation you've seen has come directly from people who animated it in Korea. So I don't use that definition.
So you're saying production and like original inspiration, technically?
Yep.
Okay.
Now, here's one that's hard. Afro Samurai is a really hard one when it comes to this discussion. Because it's created by a guy that's Japanese in association with a Japanese studio, but I'm pretty sure he was living in America when he had the idea. And when Samuel L. Jackson was apprised of the idea, he decided he wanted to be a part of it. So they made it they made it in English. So it's this weird hybrid where it's like the United States and Japan kind of like had equal parts in the creation of the thing. So I don't really know what to call it.
And there's going to be exceptions to, no matter which camp you fall in.
Of course.
There's going to be gray areas.
Of course.
Which is why I'm just like, meh, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. It's just like genres of music too. You have all these people who get snooty about like, oh, well, it's not actually this sort of metal, it's that sort of metal, or
it's like, not post-core, it's pre-post-core.
Yeah, exactly.
Is Old Time Road country or hip-hop?
I don't give a fuck. But the thing that I always say about genres is a lot of them are wide in the center and fuzzy at the edges. So like there are great examples of something that is squarely a specific genre or medium or something. And then there are all these things like Afro Samurai that hug the edges. And it's like, man, it could be one thing, it could be the other thing. And when I get to that terrain, that's when I get less irate. And if somebody wants to say like Afro Samurai's in anime, I'm like, dude, I'm not even going to fight you. Because like that one's it's a hard case. But in the instance of, sorry to cut you off, but in the instance of like Avatar: The Last Airbender, I'm like, that is a purely Western production. I love the show, don't love it any less, but I just don't call it anime personally.
Well, you mentioned the quality, and that's kind of, to get back to Castlevania, I felt like the quality, my main beef with that show was that the quality was inconsistent. with the animation. Like there were sometimes it just seemed like there were like several frames missing, and like, you know, this dramatic flip he was doing, or like the swinging of his whip, you know, played out over like what seemed like a few frames of animation when it should have been like, you know, a few dozen.
Right.
And it just wasn't like smooth. It was kind of like right on that line of like being choppy, and I don't know. It was like my brain was trying to fill in the blanks, and I was like, I just need a little bit more, at least a little bit more. I just wish they had like really gone the extra mile.
Right. And
it's some of the scenes.
Right. And like, I love Castlevania so much, and there's a part of me that gets sad because I'm like, oh, if this was in the hands of like Production IG or Bones or Madhouse or like one of these studios over in Japan that like, you know, make short series, or at least series that are comprised of short seasons, and they throw everything into every episode. We all know a perfect example, Demon Slayer, UFO Table, or however you say it. Like every freaking episode is great. The only time the animation diminishes is scenes where people are talking to each other or where it's goofy. So it doesn't have to be, you know, animated super smooth and nice. But with Western productions, the focus on animation and the appetite for animation, the demand for it amongst adult people isn't quite as high or is taken quite as seriously as it's taken in Japan. So, you know, when you get a thing like Castlevania that comes out, it just isn't quite up to par with everything else.
And it feels like those shows are just kind of a victim of their own budget. Like you can tell where they put a lot of the effort into the animation, like when there's big fight scenes or a lot of, you know, spells going on, and the rest of it you can tell they're just boning it in, like, oh, they're just walking, let's make this as choppy as we can because it saves us money.
I mean, there were a couple things. The one thing in particular I was talking about was like when they're in that underground library, and like the monsters are coming in through the top, and he's like on a bridge or something fighting one, and like it was a cool ass fight scene. He's doing all kinds of awesome stuff with the whip, like anchoring it with his foot, and it swings around and like, you know, it hits him in the head. Yeah, so much like awesome stuff. And it was just like it wasn't as smooth as I wanted it to be.
Say like the last battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last battle was Alucard and Dracula going at it. Yeah, that was awesome.
And then the fight when they're first coming into the castle with like all those dudes, and like she's using the magic and like slicing dudes up with ice blades and shit. I was just like, oh, this is like fan service.
Yeah, it was great. I loved it.
Yeah.
I had a friend at work was like, I watched like the last 2 episodes and I didn't think they were that good. And I was like, what? And he was like, well, I was playing Counter-Strike at the same time. I was like, dude, you go home and you watch that
the hell up,
uninterrupted. Yeah. And then he comes back the next day. He's like, yeah, I was wrong. I was like, damn straight you were.
Did you whip him with a switch after that?
I almost did.
Just to.
I was almost when season 2 started. I was like, this is okay. Like I wasn't into it, but I wasn't paying attention. So the last time I picked it up, this most recent time, I actually paid attention, and I was like, yeah, this show's spot on. It's great.
Yeah, man, you got to give it its full attention. And I really want people to watch Castlevania because I want America and other countries to make more stuff like that. Make more animation that's geared towards adults, that's not geared towards a shonen audience, that doesn't go isn't a show just about power-ups and friendship, but like about more adult stuff, like Alucard basically being estranged from his father and dealing with that, and then freaking Hector and Isaac and all their baggage that they have. Like that stuff's awesome. Like I like stories that have those human themes but in a fantasy-like setting.
Yeah.
It's like I want more of it. So everybody watch Castlevania so they make more of it. Because it's great. And 3rd season's coming up.
That's like in like 2 hours or something.
It's Thursday.
It's next Friday, the 13th.
Nope, it's Thursday.
I wasn't going to say when it was.
The 12th. I think it's the 13th, but
It's
I'm
an
probably
unnamed time
wrong.
because this podcast couldn't be out way after.
That's
it's
why I
already
just
come out.
said it was coming up, and I shut up and didn't say anything else.
Whatever. Time is elastic. Time is a rubber band and a Mobius strip. It's if you made a Mobius strip out of a rubber band and then pulled it real far. That's time.
March 5th. Next time we talk about it, we'll have seen season 3, and we can.
Oh damn!
enjoy
I
it.
thought it was.
Season 3 has 10 episodes, I think, which
What?
is exciting.
Forget it. That's too many.
Chubby.
All right, last question of the night.
Okay.
Sypha or
Where
Carmella?
does Sypha all day?
Dude,
Sypha does have that aura
Accent?
about her.
explain.
She's got the accent.
She's generally likable, and I mean, Carmella's fine, obviously.
Fine or foine?
But she's just a little too much, man. She gives me too much of that Dark City or Wicked City vibe.
I know. That's
I
where
don't
the
remember.
fun is.
I don't remember Carmella doing much for me, but Sypha, I was like, yes, she can be my friend.
Dude, I'm Team Carmella all the way. I don't
Sypha has
Whatever.
that classic.
One of them, you know what I hear? I'm calling it right now. One of them's gonna die in this season,
think so.
and whoever it's gonna be, maybe both of them. Probably not both of them. Probably Carmella.
I'll be upset if she dies.
I think it's gonna be Carmella.
I don't. Yeah, I
Carmella,
don't
yeah, I
see
can
Sypha
see.
dying. I don't see Sypha dying.
I see her less than Carmella, but you never know.
No.
Sypha and Carmella could die. They could kill each other while they're fighting.
All right, we've entered the year 2305, and that means
You know what that means? Time to wrap up the podcast.
Man,
the kids need dinner at 10:30 at night.
My house is a disaster.
What are you talking about? Eat the fucking Cheez-Its. I gave them to you.
I threw them on the floor. Why didn't you eat them?
I gave you that box a week ago. Don't tell me they're gone.
Eat them crumbs off the floor. Got them in the vacuum. Dig them out.
oh god, worst parents ever.
All right, follow people.
Hey, follow me on
Follow-
Twitter. It's where I
follow
post
stuff.
anime deals.
Anime jigs.
That's at Broke Otaku, in case you were wondering.
And what else?
Oh yeah, the podcast has a Twitter account at Broke Otaku Cast.
Yes.
Is that right? Yes, that is right. Thanks, me.
The fate that I hold in my hands is not my own, so you can have it.
Yep,
And
Fuck
on
you
that
with my
note,
heartstrings.
like a raindrop.
Thank
Full-
you all for listening to
Full
Broke
circle,
Otaku
yes.
podcast.
Yes, thanks.
We
for
love
your
you.
time and energy and your soul.
Thanks, guys.
Juice. Thanks for the soul juice.
See you next time.
I see skies blue.
Next time on the podcast, Louis Armstrong's ghost. So send us your questions and
I just watched My Hero Academia and I got some things to say.
I got questions. Why is the main kid always crying like a little bitch?